Hey, shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Hashai, Bashem Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And, you can't be caught up in the affairs of this life. You can't hold to these riches and, your life in this world because, number one, all of this shit is going to fall apart. And number two, it just comes with the territory that, you're going to suffer in this truth. You're gonna suffer a lot, man. Um, Now, when you do go through the sufferings, you know you got to take it all cheerfully. Let's go grab that. That's why the scriptures say, "Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you." This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. That's right. So no matter what happens, all right, which a lot of things are gonna happen. A lot of things gonna happen in your walk where you're gonna be like, what the fuck? You know? And you gotta be firm in your faith towards Yahweh Shema Shai, where, you know, you have to expect, these trials and these tests from the Lord. Times of adversity, times of you know, um, just different troubles that you go through. All right. It says, set their heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. Right. All right. Because, troubling times are upon us. All right. We're heading into troubling times. All right. We're going through our different troubles day to day. All right. But you can't let none of that shit, overthrow you. All right. You got to be, the scripture says, um, Salakia. There's a scripture. It talks about maintaining your spirit. All right. So I can't actually remember the scripture right now. It's blocking in my mind. All right. He that is broken down without walls. Let me go grab it. All right. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. That's right. You got to rule your spirit, because you don't want to be like super emotional to where you crashing out. This truth will take you through extremities to where you just feeling like really under a lot of under a lot of distress, duress. Yahweh Shai went through it. He was in some distressful situations, but he endured, all right, and bared his cross. And that's what we have to do. We have to bear the cross, which is all of the trials, tribulations, sufferings, and everything. And it's gonna be more that's gonna come upon us, as we get to the end, because the scripture says, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. So, everything isn't always going to be going your way while you're in this truth. You're going to go through financial turmoil. Different brothers have experienced that, losing cars, losing homes, losing jobs, all of that stuff, man. You know, it says, Sirach 2 and 3, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Right? You have to cleave unto Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. When these things take place, ultimately you gotta cleave even closer to the Lord. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Right? You just gotta be patient. And what that word patient means is to suffer. So you gotta suffer that. You got to sit in that suffering, All right, because that's a trial of your faith. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." All right, gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So the Lord will try you. All right, to see whether or not, to see what you're made of, and ultimately to refine you. Now, when you refine something, you're correcting it. You're making it better. You're you know, like a craftsman refines his, whatever it is that he's crafting. You know, and the Lord is refining us right now. All right, this is Isaiah 48 and 9. For my sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I refine thee with silver. I'm sorry, but I refine thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even for mine own, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. You see, so the Lord, He puts us through furnaces of affliction and trials, and it's going to be even more, up into the day of the Lord, because when you go into First Corinthians, um, or is it Second Corinthians? It talks about um, every man's work shall be tried, right? Every man's work shall be tried. First Corinthians 3 and 13. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is, right? So the Lord is trying, all right, to see what kind of work, all right, it is. If it's gold, silver, because when you put fire on something, all right, you're purifying it. Okay, you're seeing what it's made of. And when you put fire on gold, it refines it, it makes it better. But if you put fire on stones or wood, it's gonna burn it up, And the Lord wants gold, He wants silver, so He put you through trials, just like we was reading in Sirach, the second chapter. Um, for gold, all right, Sirach 2 and 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right, so an acceptable man has to be tried in adversity. All right, what is adversity? Troubling times, different, shortcomings, different adverse. When you're going through adversity, it's not like a walk in the park. It's like it's a troubling scenario. It's a grievous situation. So you're gonna be put in these scenarios, put in adversity. All right, just like gold will be tried. So you get put in adversity to see what you're really about, because that's what really is gonna reveal. You know what I'm saying? What kind of man you are. When shit is going good, so to speak, everybody's there, right? Everybody's there supporting you, and when shit fall apart, everybody leaves and it's all to yourself. Same thing like Job was tried, you know? But the point that I'm trying to gravitate towards, when these things happen, you're not supposed to think it like it's a strange thing, like, damn, I'm catching hell, I just can't get a fucking break. Blah, blah, blah. That's the wrong spirit to be in. Now, when you're going through hell, it doesn't necessarily feel good, but at the end of the day, we're the ones that fucked up. We the ones